Got it. Oh, I got my favorite chair.
I'm gonna say it's not like super humid, but it kind of. I've been stuck in the car now for 2 weeks.
Yeah,
And,
it is pretty bad.
in air conditioning, and yeah, I'm kind of feeling it right now. Look at that.
Look at the brick. If only I had a brick around here. Super complicated and fancy.
That's right.
Microphone stand.
With when I was with Jerry Berg Barnacles the other day, we had our
Is that his name?
Yeah, we had our iPhones on the floor, just recording audio as like backup audio. But the hottest I've been on the trip was the nerves and the anxiety of being out with Paul Elkins. He's like this really cool designer. Look him up on YouTube.
Okay.
He's this really cool designer. He likes to keep things real simple.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know Coroplast? Like the corrugated plastic?
Yeah.
Yeah, he builds
is that like what signs are made out of?
Yeah, so he builds like homeless shelters out of that stuff. That's it. I said it, and he actually has some right there. And it's free!
Yeah, this is my free sign, because I get rid of things a lot, and I just put it in the yard and put this on there. Remember, it says free, leave this sign though. Because I don't want people taking the sign. They seem to do that. For some reason, they think they can take the sign. It's like, no, keep the sign. Or don't keep the sign, that's what I mean.
Paul makes all sorts of really cool stuff. He made like a 3-wheeled car, which he recently sold. He made an 8-foot-long plywood boat with an electric...
3-wheeled car, was it like Robin Reliant?
Little bit, but it was his design. He made the frame and put a motorcycle engine in there.
Was it as tipsy?
It seemed okay, but it needed some work so that he would be happy with it. But he made this amazing boat. He took it out on Lake Union. I saw it, and of course with your videos with the 18650s, you were the one that taught me, because there was until I saw your videos, there's no one out there really showing how to wire all of these batteries together, how to get away doing, you could do it this way.
That's pretty amazing, because I don't do a totally good job of saying.
But you do it so that I understood.
I guess I
what
do
you
it
were
good
doing.
enough.
Yeah, I understood it, and I think that's the thing. You've inspired like so many people over the years to create their stuff. So I've taken a little bit from you, a little bit from Paul Elkins, a little bit from this guy called American Boathead, another totally cool dude, it's just taking all of that and creating my own thing. So I've made a boat.
So did you build your own batteries?
No, I didn't.
Okay,
because I bought 2.
That's better, because
I didn't have time. I was running out of time.
It also kills your back hovering over with a soldering iron.
Yeah.
Well, since I solder, everyone gets upset about that. But soldering seems to be the best way for me, because it's just kind of a quick way to do it. I haven't blown up a cell yet.
And I think if anyone was to hold up like a picture and say, who is this in reference to? I think your large soldering iron is very much, I see as an icon of you.
I can go grab it if you want. You want to see it?
You should. Let's put that on the. Let's put that on the video. I'm making Rin run all over. Sorry, Rin. Don't mean to make you run. I was pulling in, and the trailer dropped down into a ditch. So I got to check to see whether the trailer's okay. Knowing my luck, I've damaged something. Look at this thing. This is the famous soldering iron of Renoa Super Genius. Look at that.
It's a 300 watt American Beauty, I believe. And then I want you to figure out what this is. Have you seen this before?
No. Let's see.
It's from about 1918. Don't break it.
Is it a transformer?
Yes, of some sort, but what is it intended for? You notice there's different fuse sockets. What do the fuse sockets do?
So it's not. Is it a testing piece of apparatus?
Nope, does not require involvement testing. This is commercial. This is publicly sold, I believe.
Really?
It might be homemade, but it looked. I'm pretty sure that this was at least a kit.
It actually looks like an Edison kit of some sort, you know, like do-it-yourself electronics.
Yeah, it might be, because judging by the base, it looks like it might be something else. I can't really tell. But actually, no, it already has the holes and stuff for it. It might just be late 1910s hardware.
I got no clue. Ren, you tell me, what is this?
It's a battery charger.
No way.
This is a Tungar tube. Tungar bulb. So the Tungar bulb is an offspring of the mercury arc rectifier, which here's a video of that. It's pretty cool. And this has gas in it and not just mercury.
Yeah.
But basically it's a rectifier, and it converts the AC to volts to DC.
That's amazing.
This glows purple inside.
No.
Because the plasma.
How cool is that?
And do you know what the fuses are for? Because you can only have one fuse in at a time.
No, I don't. I mean, the thing is, you're certainly more advanced in the electronics field than I am. I know enough to be dangerous.
So, by changing where the fuse goes, you change what voltage the battery charger charges at. Like this is like.
So that completes one circuit, and that would complete the other.
Yeah, this completes one circuit. That's complete one circuit. And of course, it's not labeled anywhere, because why would it be labeled? But
oh, I see.
Like one is for 2 volts, one is for 6 volts, and one's for 24 volts. Back then they didn't have 12 volt batteries; they had 6 volt batteries, and so.
Well, that actually would come in handy. The electric boat I just made is 24 volt.
We could turn it on later if you want. I haven't turned it on in a number of years.
That's crazy.
It's 99 years old now.
That's very cool.
I like the transformer.
Yeah, I got old and wacky stuff like this in my.
I paid like $90 for it on eBay.
Really?
I saw it and I was like, "Fuck, I gotta get it."
You knew what it was.
Yeah.
Yeah. You saw the beauty in it.
Mm-hmm.
I get it.
It's just so cool. Someone made a welder in the 1930s by kit bashing 3 of these together, and so they have 3 of these, and they have like 3-phase or 2-phase or whatever, and they're actually you can weld with it. But the problem is it goes up to like 100 volts.
Wow.
So like the arc will just keep following the electrode.
Yeah. Wow. I made a arc welder when I hooked up the batteries incorrectly to my boat. It almost melted off one of the terminals.
I've had that happen before. Although the last time I did that, I blew up the BMS.
You were 6. You learned since.
No, last time I did that was 2 weeks ago.
Really?
I blew up the BMS on my. That's why I have the other battery in my bike now.
I have a. You got me into experimenting with the 18650s, and when I started playing around with them.
18650s. What are those?
So, I got so many trolls, but it's one of the bigger videos on my channel, so I can't take it down yet. Maybe another year or 2 I'll take it down. It's a nuisance.
I have a lot of those. Like pretty much all my old videos, I'm kind of embarrassed for them because how it was, and I'm so cringy in them.
Yeah.
But they're making me like $30 a month, so
that's it.
It's like, I live off that money.
Yeah.
I'm only making like $550 a month now. I can't go any lower.
I'm half that right now, just under half that. So, you know, and I got the Patreon thing going, which is I'm on about $89 a month there.
Mine's been going down a lot. I hit 200 and then I'm going down to like maybe 160 or something like that.
Yeah.
I can't complain. It's free money.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, not free money, but
yeah. You know, it's because I finished building a project. I got to try and figure out for your viewers. I'll give you some clips of the boat actually out on the water. But
okay.
So
would they be displayed right now?
We'll display it right now. I'm in the water, yeah. But it might be a little bit low this end. Plane behind me. Told you I'd do it. Oh, ye of little faith.
Hey y'all, you gotta get my plans, build your boat, and come visit me.
That's it.
Yeah,
Go check out.
Here, north of Seattle. It's a gorgeous day. All kinds of sights, all kinds of stuff going on here. You'll love it.
That's it. You gotta go check out Paul's website. Get the plans for his boat. It's so lovely and easy to build. It's a great first build. It's very buoyant and responsive, and so quiet. Mine's got like a little engine noise to it, but I think that's because of the cheap motor I have. But it's kind of cool. And again, just to show all my kids, all my students, if you got a dream, do it, build it, go for it. What you got to lose, eh? Just so you know,
I will say you do have a good, nice accent and voice for narrating.
I've done so many podcasts over the years, you know, but what I'm doing is I'm giving my boat away.
Oh, nice. What's the criteria for giving it away?
They need to subscribe and like the videos, and then guess without guessing over how much the boat cost to make. And it's going to be a totally unbiased. I'll have a website. They put in their email, and they put in their the weight guesstimate. Sorry, not the weight. The price guesstimate.
This is not going to be complicated at all.
Yeah.
This is not going to be complicated at all to find the winner.
Yeah. I know.
You're going to get like 1 million emails.
Yeah.
Then how are you going to transport it?
Well, I've given the details on my channel, but within the US, I'll pay up to $100 shipping.
Only $100.
I'll pay up to that, so
oh, okay.
They'll have to pay for the rest of the shipping.
Sorry.
But
I
thought
you meant you could ship it for $100. Like, what?
No,
Ow.
I think I've got some quotes to ship it to California, and I've seen like $200 or $300 to ship it to California.
Oh, man.
It's not bad at all.
I guess if you do like freight or something like that, it might be better.
Yeah, it's going to have to. I could chop it in bits and like put everything
package.
into priority mail packages. But yeah, so you know, that is going to be the headache that I'll sort out when, and I've already got people in the UK saying we'll pay the full shipping costs, you know, can I have your boat? But yeah, it's just, that's like your bike, you know. When I first started watching,
you don't want to get rid of it. You want to make a second one and keep both of them.
Well, it's the freedom. It's a sense of freedom. It's a sense that you could jump on that thing, you could be tired, and you just want to jump on it and you can go. And for as long as you got charge. Do you see, there was even one guy in India, I think it's India, or somewhere like that, where he went completely across the country, like, maybe it was like 12, I won't say, but it was a long distance. And he had 2 solar panels strapped above him, and they were constantly above him at an angle.
I think I've seen that, yeah.
And he just drove, and he put his foot on the pedals. The pedals were not working at all. And,
I've seen that, yeah. It was going across the desert.
And he was followed by his mate in a van. Amazing.
Yeah, that is cool.
Crazy. I would not do that. I mean,
now, honestly, I've always had the dream of making a solar-powered hot air balloon and then flying across the world. Solar-powered hot air balloon, and it would have like 4 balloons and have like a grid structure and have like a little like very super light aluminum house, whatever.
Are you talking it would be powered by motors to send it in a direction?
It could, but you could also do it by atmospheric drifting.
Yeah.
But are you familiar with solar-powered hot air balloons?
I've seen the record attempts with the metal foil, like the foil balloons, and they're very kind of, they're very stretchy and they're very filled with gas at the top, and they go out into the the initial phases of space, right?
Well, no, this one is where it's actually heated up by sunlight.
Okay.
And so you have two balloons or more inside of a balloon.
Yeah.
You have a black balloon, then a clear balloon, and another clear balloon sometimes. And it's like a greenhouse. And
Magnification,
no,
and then attraction, the black?
No, not magnification. It is insulation. And so the inside, you don't have to heat it up with fire. And so I was thinking it would be interesting to have where you could suspend a platform between the hotter balloons somehow, and then have solar panels on that platform. And so during the night, you could heat that up and keep it kind of buoyant.
Have you ever seen the movie Danny Deck Chair?
Danny Deck Chair?
Danny Deck Chair. I love that movie. If you're romantic, watch Danny Deck Chair.
Is that like Danny Darko? Donnie Darko, sorry.
Danny Deck Chair is about this dude in Australia.
That just sounds like some redneck or bogan.
Kind of. Australian redneck, I guess.
It sounds like my neighbors. Sitting out smoking weed.
This guy bought a bunch of balloons and he tied it to a chair at a party.
Oh, okay.
And he just had this crazy idea, and the next thing you know, he's taking off, and he falls asleep, and then he goes through like a fireworks display, and then he lands in the middle of nowhere. And initially, people think he was a spaceman, and then he falls in love. It's just a real fun, cheesy movie. I gotta watch that again.
So is it a low budget Australian film?
Don't know about low budget,
okay, because there's a lot of low budget 1980s, 1970s.
It sounds like it could fit the bill.
Films that are really good.
Yeah,
it's kind of like what original Mad Max was.
Now on
walnut.
What's that?
Oh, you hear that bang of the walnut.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Now with the Sony camera, I was able to run a hack in the firmware.
Oh. And
it will record non-stop. So it'll go past its half-hour limit, you know.
Oh, nice. So I paid $4 for this.
That's crazy.
That's a lot of stuff with it.
Yeah.
I don't use it that much anymore, though.
Yeah, but you know what? That's a great, like, don't intrude in this house sort of weapon.
I don't know. Our shotgun's a lot better.
Yeah.
I mean...
It would be.
No, it is.
Yeah, awesome.
If someone comes to my door, I might answer with the shotgun.
All right, see ya.
Or my axe. We also have a machete by the front door.
Casey Neistat has a couple of axes by his front door.
Bats, I think.
Yeah, and bats.
Oh, yeah.
He has an axe, a bat, and I think he has a little pistol as well.
You never know who the fuck's going to come through.
I might be there, unwanted salesperson. Casey, I want to tell you about me.
Fuck off, Jehovah's Witnesses. Fucking hate you piece of shit. Fucking cunt. Or who knows, maybe it'll be the neighbor asking for something.
Could I got any sugar? Only what is sugar? Parting.
More like, hey, do you have any crack? It's like, fuck off.
Yeah.
You ain't gonna get in my crack.
All gone.
Yeah, but although I will say, living in a neighborhood with a lot of people that do drugs, it means that you don't have to worry too much about junk in your yard. Too much.
Yeah.
It's kind of a shitty place.
Well, it's nice that you can experiment and play, and it's kind of like your own little play.
Not experiment with drugs. Experiment with mechanical things.
Yes. Say no to drugs, people.
Well, I don't know. Like drugs help us survive through cancers and stuff like that.
Oh yeah. Well, you know what I'm saying there, peeps.
I think people need to be more aware of how it affects their lives. If it affects their lives perfectly fine, then whatever. Like I think a lot of times weed actually can help people if they're in a really depressing life. But I've never actually done it myself, so I don't know.
You know, one of the reasons I built this boat and I'm going across the country, like I said, I went from New Jersey, 2,850 miles to Seattle, Washington.
I think you're insane for doing that, by the way. I'm just going to say that.
That's okay. I've driven around. I've seen some people. By the time the trip's done, it'll be about 6,500 miles.
Enough driving for a while?
Yeah, I think so. But, you know, being a high school teacher, I hear of, I don't know personally, but I hear of so many like kids committing suicides and just ending their lives because they just feel like there's no way out. And
well, also because school is pretty messed up.
Yeah,
it's pretty useless. It just trains people to handle tests, not actually to think for themselves.
Yeah,
and
our
not actually
our
figure
school's
things
a
out.
little bit different in that respect.
That's good.
Yeah, it's a little bit different in that respect. We actually teach trades.
That's good.
We have
Not just how to answer the right question.
Yeah,
And cram it in your head
yeah.
and forget it.
I think
the
there's
next
an
day.
element of that no matter where you go, but I think.
Well, that was kind of why. That was one of the main reasons why I was homeschooled.
Okay.
I went to school for 2 years.
Yeah.
Kindergarten, first grade, and either the stuff was stuff I already knew.
Yeah.
Like in first grade, the science stuff was putting a seed in a bag of water and watching it grow. Like my great grandfather has a huge like garden, and he was showing me how to grow potatoes before that. So it's like I already know all. I'm not learning anything from this. It's just useless. And then anything else, they would say it in a way that wouldn't make any sense.
Yeah.
Also, they had misinformation, like they said there was 10 planets and stuff like that. But
There's also a lot of the.
there's not a 10th planet. Just gonna say that.
A lot of the teachers are also went to school to become teachers, and they are not necessarily from a field of employment teaching you how to do that. So I'm a graphic artist, but I was a graphic artist, and I am a graphic artist. Our woodshop teacher is an award-winning woodshop guy. You know, everyone from plumbing to HVAC to...
They should have to work in the field.
Yeah, exactly.
That they teach before they actually teach it.
Yeah, and I'm pretty strict in my shop, and I say, look, you know, I treat this like a place of employment, and you'd be fired for doing that.
Yeah.
You know, rather you make the mistakes here, but you know, I'm doing this trip so that young adults can see there's more to life than what's going through their heads right now. You know, I made a stupid little boat. I took it all the way across country. I met some amazing people, and that are also kind of slowly making their dreams come true. And I just want to show that there's alternatives to just kind of ending things. So,
well, I would say I'm perfectly fine with suicide. I think that it's good to give it a lot of time to think about. So, like whenever I was going to commit suicide, I gave myself 10 years, because whenever I was 17 or so, I was like, okay, my mind's obviously not very tuned correctly right now. It's probably not going to work too well. So I'll give myself 10 years to find a happier place in life, and then we'll go from there. And I'll kind of keep a log in my head of if I'm consistently like
moving in the right direction,
horrified by my life, then maybe I should end my life after that 10 years when I'm 27. But I found that was a good way to motivate myself to make my life a little bit better.
Yeah. I think whatever thought process you kind of...
Which I consider myself out of the suicide...
Yeah, you're out of that risk now. Good to hear it.
Well, what's that term? Ultimatum? Yeah.
We need you around, Ren. We can't... What would YouTube be like without Renoa? So good to have you here.
YouTube would probably be pretty much the same.
No, don't say that.
I don't know.
Don't say that.
Although there wouldn't be as many batteries with magnets holding them together.
That's right.
I didn't realize that was like a new thing, but like I keep seeing people like, oh man, Renoa thought of this cool idea. Use magnets to hook the batteries together. It's like, I thought that was already being done. I thought it was so simple that it was already being done.
That's it. When I was out in Washington, I reached out to Jehu Garcia, but he was on his way. He didn't respond.
I never really like him. For some reason, his videos just bug me for some reason.
Really? I like.
It might be a bit of his presentation style, or his. He seems like a rip-off Casey Neistat.
Yeah, that's why I was initially. I was initially. That's why I steered off and slowly found my own. I'm having an issue right now.
Yeah, like whenever I complimented you on that, I was kind of being a little trollish, but not really. Like it was a little bit in between. Like, yeah, it's great. You're just like Casey Neistat. I'm having some issues right now, so I'm getting no sound, but I can't re-edit the videos because I got no more time, so I got to upload it as they are. I lower the sound in areas, and wherever I've lowered the sound, because I've gone like 3,500% speed, I get no sound. So well, you know what you do with that?
I got to add music to it, just in those clips.
So here's the thing that I found. Oh, by the way, I just want to say we're all pretty much a knockoff of somebody. I'm a knockoff of Aussie 50.
Are you really?
Yeah, like Aussie 50 totally inspired me to do everything. Like I remember back in 2012.
But you've now gone off and done your own thing.
Yeah,
I mean, yours could be about bricks. It could be about an electric bike. It could be about a busted microwave. I'll sit down and watch it because it's semi-entertaining for the most part, and I'm just like, that's a good thought, you know.
Hey guys, here's the 70th video about bricks. Refractory brick, paving brick, thin brick, thick brick.
And you're the only individual I know that I looked around in New Jersey to see if I could find any interesting bricks before I left.
I've already have some of the brands that are out there. Actually, I have Salamander brickworks that are made there.
Really?
Yeah.
See, you know more about my state than I do. This is a cool chair.
Yeah, I really like the chair. So, Salamander brickworks, as you can see in Brickyology in 01, I changed it, it was 001, but now I changed it to 01. I find labeling things 01 or 001 helps to show that there's going to be a future and a past.
That's why right now I'm up to video number 28 for the boat build.
But I think adding a 0 for that shows that there's intention. Also, a little fun fact, I'm going to end random bits at 1,000.
Really?
Yeah. So that'll probably be like, I don't know, 12, 13 years of random bits. I figure I'll probably be fucking sick and tired of random bits after that. Yeah. But whenever I hit 999, then I'll probably do a big video like 3 hours long.
What do you think you'll do after that?
Other projects. I might just kind of think of a different name.
Yeah.
But I think random bits, the name would kind of run out of that time.
Yeah.
Because sometimes I do feel like I show too much. Definitely before I got the job at Apple, I was showing too much. And I felt like I was overexposing myself to where there was nothing really new, and there's no like secrets to have, and so that's why I like having secrets. Secrets are fun.
But I think the whole thing about you and your channel is that you have this kind of there's like this massive kind of underlying secret to it all, really. You know what I mean? Yeah, I think so. I think you're going through a very kind of unique kind of path in life.
Well, I mean, I have my projects planned out for about 6 years.
Wow. I saw on Patreon you have like a schedule of stuff.
Yeah.
I could never be that organized. And someone said to me on this trip,
oh, FedEx, this might be my metal rescue coming in. We'll see if the guy... So Metal Rescue has decided to send me a bunch of their chemicals.
Oh, really?
So, damn it, it's the neighbors. Anyway,
that's cool.
But, which is kind of pisses me off, because back in like 2013 or whatever, I asked them for it and they didn't want to give me any. Now they come to me trying to give me some. I was like, better give me like a 55-gallon barrel of them.
I once filmed a guy reclaiming gold from some costume jewelry.
Oh, nice.
All with chemicals, and he made an electric arc
TIG welder, MIG welder.
It was it was like an arc torch. It would with like carbon rods, and he melted it all down.
I can go grab my arc torch if you want. We were just show and tell.
He was one heck of a character. I come across the video the other day. You know, I was doing videos, wow, years before YouTube was about, and keeping them. I don't know why. I think I just felt that this was always, I don't know. I'd caught thieves, like going in and stealing stuff from locker rooms where I used to work, because I would film. I would have secret cameras pointing at the expensive the room where all the expensive stuff was kept.
The entire the idea of filming is intrinsically appealing to me.
Yeah. In
many ways, because then you get to have a record of something that maybe you didn't even see. Like, I've been filming stuff ever since about 2001 when I was a little kid. I have some videos that are very reminiscent of my modern videos, but I'm like 7 years old, and I'm talking
you
about
posted one not too long ago.
I have one from 1998 where I'm talking about how trestles work and the train until they go over and stuff like that, which is pretty rudimentary, but for 6 years old, that's not bad.
Yeah. Now, my mum's in the UK right now, and she's transferring a lot of 1988, 1987 video from VHS to digital. Yeah. So that'd be interesting to see what's on there.
At least it's not on film, because film kind of deteriorates over time.
Yeah.
Well, I guess VHS deteriorates too. I guess VHS is crappy in general, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, it's and of course it plays different in every player.
Yeah.
I once found
the head switching speed or head switching noise on the bottom
and the alignment of where the tape lies on the head itself.
So I have an issue that a lot of my tapes are coming up as black and white. Yeah.
Got it.
Looks like our neighbor's gonna be mowing pretty soon. So
that's all right.
Yeah. Hope he doesn't mow.
Well, I wanted to come by. I wanted to see you. I wanted to shake your hand. I wanted, you know, some kind of. I thought, yeah, it'd be worth driving 200 miles out of my way just to drop down, see Rin, and you know, see the people that inspired me for my trip as well, for building the boat.
It was really cool to see you.
Yeah.
And actually, there's a hardware store that just opened up in Taylor Springs. We should go check that out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It's called Vice, I think.
Really?
Yeah.
You sure it's a hardware store?
It's like industrial hardware store. I don't know.
Vice. It sounds like some like adult shop or something.
Oh, sorry. WEISS.
Ah, wow. Why? So it's a German thing. Is that German thing again? Vice.
What means white?
Yeah.
I guess it'd be white.
Yeah.
Just white sounds weird to say.
Yeah. Awesome. But that Ace Hardware was the most incredible store I'd ever come across, and
I've never been to an Ace Hardware that is anything more than forgettable.
Yeah, I told them, I said, dude, guys, do you have a catalog? So they just told me to go to their Ace online. But I'm reaching out to Home Depot pretty soon, not because I'm big enough to reach out to Home Depot.
I've never liked Home Depot because they always have issues. Like a long time ago, I went there asking if they had metric stuff, and they just laughed at me. They actually laughed in my face, and I was like, "Go fuck yourself! Yeah. You don't have metric stuff, and you're just gonna laugh at me?
Yeah,
you can just say no."
Yeah, I recently had. I think, you know what? I think that's mainly the individual.
Moose from the tree, weird.
I think that's probably like the individual, and that's what I got. Remember, because I had someone at one of the Home Depot stores kind of treat me like I was an idiot. But what they don't realize is a lot of the time people are going in asking for stuff that the people in Home Depot got no clue about.
Yeah.
Like, you know, this person coming in might be building a rocket at home, you know.
Yeah.
And I need a certain spring that's going to lift an actuator, and you know, blah blah blah. So a lot of the time when they come up to me, sir, can I help you? I'm like, nah, I'm all right. I have a little chuckle to myself because they got no clue what I'm doing.
I'd rather just go to Amazon.
Yeah, Amazon I'm huge on. I do a lot of purchases on Amazon.
I was gonna mow the lawn today.
Yeah.
You want to try to start my propane lawnmower? Want to try to figure that out?
Propane lawnmower?
You've seen that before, right?
I'm not sure. I'll try.
Okay.
I'll try.
That could be a cool, funny video of you trying to start it. Don't blow yourself up with it. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and thank you very much for watching. See ya. See, I'm a pro at saying that. Like, I've said that over 1,000 times now.
You have. Probably more than 1,000.
Oh, yeah. Oh.